Imagine a virus so deadly that in some outbreaks, nearly 3 out of every 4 infected people never make it out alive. A virus with no approved cure, no widely available vaccine, and the ability to spread silently for weeks before anyone even knows it's there. This is not science fiction. This is real, and it's called the Nipah virus. The story of Nipah begins quietly, the way the most dangerous stories often do. In the late 1990s, pig farmers in Malaysia started falling sick. At first, doctors thought it was Japanese encephalitis, a known disease in the region. But something didn't add up. The illness was spreading too fast, and the symptoms were unusually severe. People were developing high fevers, slipping into confusion, suffering violent seizures, and then falling into comas. Many never woke up. By the time scientists realized this was an entirely new virus, over 100 people were dead. More than 1 million pigs had to be culled to stop the outbreak. The virus was eventually traced back to fruit bats, silently carrying the pathogen without ever getting sick themselves. That virus was named Nipah, after the village where one of the first cases was discovered. What makes Nipah truly terrifying is not just how deadly it is, but how it operates. Nipah is a zoonotic virus, meaning it jumps from animals to humans. Its natural hosts are fruit bats, often called flying foxes. These bats shed the virus in their saliva, urine, and feces. When they feed on fruit or drink from palm trees, they contaminate food sources that humans later consume. In many outbreaks, people became infected simply by drinking raw date palm sap collected overnight in open containers. Bats would lick the sap as it dripped from the tree, leaving the virus behind. By morning, families would drink it, completely unaware they were swallowing one of the deadliest viruses known to science. Once Nipah enters the human body, the clock starts ticking. The incubation period usually ranges from 4 to 14 days, but in some cases, it can stretch as long as 45 days. That means a person can be infected, feel perfectly fine, travel, socialize, and spread the virus before symptoms ever appear. The first signs often seem harmless. Fever, headache, muscle pain, fatigue. It looks like the flu. But then the virus attacks the brain and lungs. Victims develop difficulty breathing, confusion sets in, seizures begin, the brain swells. Within just 24 to 48 hours, a patient can slip into a coma. For many, that coma is the end. Fatality rates for Nipah virus range from 40% to as high as 75%. Some outbreaks have recorded death rates even higher. To put that into perspective, COVID-19 killed roughly 1 to 2% of those infected. Ebola averages around 50%. Nipah can surpass them both. And survival doesn't always mean recovery. Many people who survive Nipah are left with permanent neurological damage, personality changes, chronic seizures, memory loss. The virus can even reactivate months or years later, causing fatal brain inflammation long after the initial infection seems to be over. What truly elevates Nipah from a deadly outbreak virus to a potential global nightmare is its ability to spread from human to human. Unlike many zoonotic viruses that stop once they leave the animal host, Nipah can move through close human contact. Caregivers, family members, hospital staff, respiratory droplets, bodily fluids. In Bangladesh and parts of India, this type of transmission has been documented repeatedly. Entire family clusters have been wiped out after caring for a single infected person. Hospitals, meant to be places of healing, have become centers of transmission when protective measures failed. And here's the most unsettling part. There is no specific treatment for Nipah virus. Doctors can't attack the virus directly. All they can do is provide supportive care. Ventilators to help patients breathe, medications to control seizures, intensive monitoring to manage brain swelling. Once the virus takes hold, medicine has very few weapons to fight back. There is also no widely approved vaccine available to the public. Some experimental vaccines show promise, and researchers are racing against time. But for now, prevention is the only defense. This is why the World Health Organization lists Nipah virus as a priority disease. It sits on the same watch list as viruses believed to have pandemic potential. Scientists often refer to a hypothetical future threat as Disease X, an unknown pathogen that could trigger the next global health catastrophe. Many experts believe Nipah fits that profile alarmingly well. It has everything such a virus needs: high mortality, human-to-human transmission, a natural animal reservoir that cannot be eliminated, a long incubation period that allows silent spread, and increasing opportunities to jump into humans due to deforestation, climate change, and expanding human settlements. As forests are cleared and bat habitats shrink, bats are forced closer to farms and cities. That increases contact with humans, livestock, and food supplies. Every interaction becomes another roll of the dice. So far, Nipah outbreaks have remained relatively localized. Quick isolation, contact tracing, and public health responses have stopped wider spread. But history has shown us how fragile that sense of control can be. All it would take is one mutation. A small genetic change that allows Nipah to spread more efficiently through the air. A cough instead of close contact. A crowded airport instead of a rural village. In that scenario, containment would become exponentially harder. Scientists don't talk about Nipah with fear to create panic. They talk about it because preparedness is the only thing standing between localized outbreaks and global disaster. Surveillance in bat populations, public education, rapid diagnostics, vaccine research, these are not optional. They are essential. For individuals in affected regions, prevention can be surprisingly simple but critically important. Avoid consuming raw date palm sap. Wash fruit thoroughly. Keep bats away from food sources. Use protective equipment when caring for sick individuals. Small actions can save lives. The Nipah virus is a reminder of how interconnected humans are with the natural world. It shows how easily a virus can leap from wildlife to people, and how devastating the consequences can be when it does. It hasn't caused a global pandemic yet, not because it isn't dangerous, but because humanity has been lucky, alert, and just fast enough. Whether that luck holds in the future is an open question. One thing is certain. Nipah virus is not a threat of the past. It is a warning from the present, and the world is watching closely. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more deep dives into the most dangerous mysteries of science, and share it with someone who should know how close we really are to the next outbreak. Because understanding the threat is the first step toward stopping it.